Check. Can everybody hear me? Okay, good. I want to make sure because nowadays too many things made in China. Quality, okay? Quality, not. All right. My name is Li. I was born and raised in China. But I always have an international vision. This is international night, right? When I was little, well, I'm always little, but when I was a young boy, I had a kitten, and I named the kitty Mandu. So my friends always ask me, how's your cat Mandu doing? I say, my cat Mandu is doing just fine. Living in the United States gives me a illusion that I am a superhero, because you have Iron Man, you have Superman, you have Aquaman, and I am a Chinaman. And say the word. And the only difference between me and Superman is I wear my red underpants inside. Be a good Chinese, you got to be cheap. I remember one time I went to Eastern Europe. There were a lot of self-employed women standing on the streets with very sexy garments. They were waving to me very friendly. Hi, Chinaman, come here to have fun. And I walked up to them and said, I'm sorry, ma'am, I don't have coupon for this. Okay, be a good students, that means you're going to eat off ramen noodles, right? I think many students ate ramen noodles. And I like the noodles okay, but I never drink the broth or the soup. I never drink it. So every time after I ate it, I look at the broth and think, well, Li, this is a huge waste. You got to find someone to drink it. There's my beautiful wife over there. Wait. Yeah, I finally found someone. Okay, my wife always asks me to take her to different places. Well, one day she said, Lee, let's go out. I said, all right, let's go to Walmart. Come on, that's the only entertainment in Brookings, all right? And she said, no, not the Walmart again. I said, all right, where do you want to go? She said, well, let's go to some place I've never been to before. I said, okay, go to the kitchen. One time I was in a aircraft accident, and we were required to jump out through the emergency exit. But nobody wants to do that. So the captain talked to us. He said, well, this is really an adventure. It only happened maybe one time in your whole life. So all the Americans jumped out. And he turned to the French guy and said, well, think about it. It's really romantic. And all the French guys jumped out. And he turned to the British and said, it's a great honor to do so. So the British jumped out and turned to the Germans and said, well, according to the regulation, we have to do this. And finally, he looked at the Chinese and said, you know, it's totally free of charge. Last year, I went to Europe with my wife. We met we met an American guy and a Russian guy and a guy from Cuba on the train. We were all bragging about how good our own country is. So the guy from Cuba take out a Cohiba cigar, smell it, and throw out of the window. And I said, what are you doing? He said, in Cuba we have too many. And the Russian guy take out a bottle of vodka and pour out of the window. Said, oh, in Russia we have too much vodka, cheaper than water. And the American guy take out his wallet and $100 bill throw out the window. Are you crazy? That's money. And I throw my wife out the window. In China, we have a lot of people. Sorry, it's not true. It's not true. 2 years ago, Vietnam passed China, became the world's biggest producer of shoes. But I guarantee you, China will be forever the biggest producer of nerds. Made in China. I remember I spent too much time in my room and on internet. I remember one day my mother came to my room to pick up the dirty laundry, and she said, "Son, why every time I come to your room you're looking at the desktop of your computer?" Minimize. Like that one? Nothing too loud. Alright, that joke is not for children, okay? Okay, I talked about Americans. The United States is the greatest nation in the world, literally, because Americans win the world championship every year, right? And I don't really understand why Americans love sports so much. And they wear the jersey shirt and watch the game. Oh, go! And the next day they say, "Oh, we didn't score enough last night. Our defense was bad last night." Excuse me, you are not on the team, right? And the name on your shirt is not your real name, right? Well, I picked the shirt because of the number 69. Okay? Another interesting American wedding costume is, I went to a wedding last year and they throw rice on the bride and the groom. I found it very, very offensive. Do you know rice is the main and most important food in China? So on my wedding, we throw the mashed potato. How do you feel? And South Dakotans, they love hunting too much and they wear camouflage everywhere. And they go to Walmart to wear the camouflage. Okay, you want to be invisible. And at the same time, you wear an orange hat to be visible. And they always say, "Oh, you Chinese are crazy. You eat dogs." But you talk to dogs. And pretending they really understand. Like, "Hey, sweetie, you think I should wear the pink shirt or the blue one?" "Yeah, I think pink is not really me." Right? Okay. And another thing is the drinking law. You cannot drink under 21, right? I found that ridiculous. Because we don't even have the concept of drinking age in China. You can drink whatever you want. And I said, this is stupid, and people say, "Lee, do you know how many people were killed every year because of drinking?" I said, "Do you know how many people were born because of drinking?" My wife is expecting. I know. Well, it's well planned. We discussed it before, okay? Let's have a baby. Yeah. And Americans are so not flexible. I remember I went to Disneyland with my wife who is only. I told her, "Have a heart, my wife is pregnant." And after 10 minutes, and he finally snapped. And he used a lot of bad words like, your wife is pregnant, it's not my D problem. I don't give a D, you know. And I said, hey, it's very offensive. My English teacher told me you should never use those words. And he said, is your English teacher Hannah Montana? You know what? Jumping off the airplane is totally free. All right, have a good night.